agenda that I sent like 2 seconds ago.
Yes.
Or 2 hours. Next time I will put it on the website. You guys can look at it too. But I completely forgot that we need an agenda. So, yay. Welcome to the LISSA board meeting.
Woo!
For November. So basically the objective for this meeting is to round up the semester because I'm guessing that you guys probably don't want to have a meeting in December.
Do we need a meeting in December?
Do we need-
Okay. I mean, I'll be here if we need to have a meeting in December.
We can keep like in touch through email and stuff like that and through our social media if we need to, but further than planning and stuff, but we don't actually need a full meeting. I would like to probably try to get a tentative date for the one in January if we could. That way we can announce it early for incoming students. But I know that a lot of people don't have their schedules completely finished yet, so just keep that in mind. So to start off, we're gonna do officer reports. So most of my stuff has to do with events, so I can't wait to do that. But I do need to talk to you about NCLA conference. So in the past, we were talking about how we would like to be involved with NCLA, and that is a thing that is happening. Brandon Crumpton, Mike Crumpton's daughter, is working. We're working with NCLA to build a student group committee. So far there are people from UNC Central, Chapel Hill, and I believe ECU who are interested in doing stuff for the NCLA conference, which is in Winston-Salem next year. I believe it's in October. So we had a meeting last Sunday, actually, not this past Sunday. Was it this past Sunday? No, the one before that. Sorry. To talk about possible programs and events geared towards LIS students in North Carolina. Basically, what we're thinking about doing is like workshops, possibly mock interviews. If you're interested in maybe a certain type of programming to see at NCLA, shoot me or Brandon Crumpton a message. And just let us know. We're going to be building on that in the coming weeks and months. So just kind of, this is like a whole new thing. So it's like a little baby. So just keep your ear out for that. And that is all I have. So yeah, for now.
Yeah, I don't have very much on either. So there was a GSA meeting, November 10th, and most of the stuff that happened was covered. Like I don't even think I need to summarize. The president gave a report. There is gonna be like an increase in tuition in fees for future students. I'm not sure exactly when that's gonna go into effect. It will be as early as next year. There are also other developments on campus. So they did just they had these self-defense courses. Did anybody here actually go to those? Any of those? Okay, so apparently they actually went really well and people liked them. So they may do some more of those in the spring. So if you're interested in that. There were 2 presentations. So we've mentioned this before, but they actually have funding for different things. There are different types of grants through the Graduate Student Association. So, and for some of the people who get funding for research, they actually come to these meetings and present research. So there were a couple of presentations. then, and I'm not going to go into the details of those, I basically learned that all the noise that human beings are making is really affecting animals.
All right.
So it's called broadband anthropogenic noise. It affects deer mice.
Deer mice.
Deer mice.
The more you know.
Great.
So yeah, I don't have anything else really. There was a UNCG alum, PhD, who does personal consultations about writing. And if you're interested in this person, this is like her business. She has a website and does consulting, basically helping people with different types of academic writing. So she spoke briefly. That's all.
Thank you. Lindsay, do you want to go?
Yeah.
Lindsay can go. Either one.
Mine's pretty brief. There's not a whole lot to report in the world of social media. But for the November blog post, I was thinking about interviewing Amanda Goodman. She is a UNCG alum of this program, and she was actually a LISSA officer in 2010 and 2011. And she does a podcast called Live UX podcast, and it's really cool. And so I think she would be awesome to interview. And we're Twitter pals, and she follows LISSA on Twitter, so I think it would be pretty easy to arrange. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay, cool. So I will do that. Yeah, but that's the only update I think for social media.
Do you think it would be possible to get up by the 30th?
Let's see. I think it depends on when I can talk to her. Because let's see. I think it's possible. With Thanksgiving coming up,
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure, but
If not,
yeah, basically the soonest that I can talk to her. And so hopefully early next week.
okay. If not, then we can just push it to December. We can start it as a December thing.
I'll keep you posted.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just let me know. And cool. So Lily and then Chase.
I don't really have any, haven't been any changes in our account for documents. The only thing like I would mention is if we need any funding from the Student Government Association for the spring, I think we have to submit that right at the beginning of the semester. So I think we would probably need to go ahead and get that going soon if we need funding or anything. So, okay. And that's basically it. Cool. Thanks.
Chase.
Okay, hi everybody. So in terms of the secretary report, I've been doing more sleuthing, and I've noticed that even more people are not added onto the departmental LISSA. So I've been arranging that and figuring out who isn't added, and I've been sending their contact information to Greg. So hopefully, once we figure this out, the emails that are being sent by Greg out to the LITSERV about LISSA will get to all students. So hopefully that happens sometime soon. And otherwise, I've been representing LISSA at the Safe Zone trainings, and that has been so much fun. I've loved like every single second of it. It's been really great. Just like a good small group of people talking about certain things, and we've been helping each other learn about how to make spaces just on campus or in groups like LISSA more inclusive. It's been wonderful. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Gotcha. Also, I ran into the new LAS student who said that he was a on the listserv. I was like, but Chase was able to. Good job. So we're great.
Sorry. Oh, oh gosh.
That's okay.
Hey. I mean, I'm over here.
Okay.
Not too much. I think the only thing I might add is the second school library candidate for UNC is going to be here December 5th. I think their presentation's at 11 and then they're meeting with students at 3:15. I invited Lois last time. And we did talk about it in our 600 class, that presentation. So I might say if especially, I know it's a really terrible time for school media people, these presentations are, but if you in your 600 classes or some of your other classes have first year students, I thought it was interesting as a new student to just hear some of the perspective and then the questions that were asked by faculty members, I thought was interesting as well. So if you have any first year students in some of your other classes, to maybe encourage them, if they're going to be on campus December 5th, encourage them to come to it. Be a pal, take a friend.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Okay, is that everyone with reports? I do not have one from Faith. But think that you're okay. So just like I was thinking semester overview, so membership way up. Good job. We are a valid organization and will most likely continue to be so throughout the next year. So,
Yay!
So with events, I think we have a few good events. In the spring, if we can finish up the prison books and do something with the Center for New North Carolinians, I think that would be really good. Also, with planning, if we can get a set day for our meetings in the spring semester, then I can get a standing reservation for this room, or the one up to, you know, whichever. And then also we'll be able to post them all on our website, so that way we can definitely know that people have the most access, because we've been doing pretty well with it, like at least a few days notice, but it's always good to have more. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
For the meetings, would it be helpful to just like make a quick like Google form that we could just send out? I've just discovered Google Forms and I'm obsessed.
They're
So,
beautiful.
do you want me to just put something together like what day in the spring would be the best day? We can send that out.
That would be perfect. Okay. And we can send that out to the listserv and also just the one for LISSA.
So many, I didn't realize there were so many listservs.
How long in advance do we need to put in a standing request if we want it for the spring? Is there a
Not very
policy?
long. I asked her if we could do like a standing request, and she said, yeah, whatever. I was like, oh.
I was wondering what end date we should say to get the form back.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Good idea. Maybe the 30th, January 30th.
My birthday. Yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
good
that's a great day.
You'll remember.
I will remember
Like a surprise present for you.
that. Yay.
People get new jobs. And, you know,
Are there any updates for the prison books plan for spring? Because we were talking last month about how that needs to get sent to whatever
Way in advance.
organization way in advance.
Basically, what I found out was that we do have to have a specific date before the president can submit the travel request form. And then once that goes through, she did say that if we let her know, she can try to expedite the process a little bit and make it a little faster. And then once that is approved, then I think everyone who's going to go has to fill out the TRV form in advance. So she suggested, and so we would try to get a date by like the first week, second week of December.
Okay.
So if we can try to get a date for then, and then hopefully we can go ahead and get that process started before the end of the semester.
So,
Because they're not gonna process anything like over winter break probably.
Yeah.
So,
I have a date in mind, and I was thinking about just sending out a doodle poll again, because I think that worked well last time. But the first date that looks good is January 29th. It's like the second week of the spring semester, and it's a Sunday. And then if you want to go into February, there's the next week, which is the 5th. Those two, I can send out the doodle poll and just see which might work best for everybody.
yeah, sounds good. Cool, yeah, that sounds great. Okay. Yay. We want to do it so if the majority of us can go, and maybe some few other people who usually aren't able to make the meetings, like once we get, maybe like 4 people, well, 4 to 5 people who agree on the date, go ahead and submit that one, and then maybe have an alternative one if that works out well.
That sounds good. So just like a base of 4
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least.
is there like a set number of people they would like us to bring?
It's not, yeah, she didn't mention anything, but I can ask.
That way we won't have to worry, like we can, if it goes well, then we can do it again. Cool. Anything else as far as overview, wrap up? Okay. Cool. So, raffle
Oh, yes.
was sent out.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay, finally.
Yes.
Yes. Last week, yes. I sent it out, so hopefully Amy has her things already. Cool. Yeah.
And
I should follow up with her, just make sure.
yeah, I'll be on it. Well, not right, but yeah, I'll look at the draft. So events for spring, because we need to get those planned. Already got the prison books set up, resume workshop. I don't know if you're able to review the email, but I really think it would be a good idea if we did have an in-person resume workshop. It's something that we've done in the past, and it worked really well. And Jennifer and Kathleen are still willing to do it. So are Jenny Dale, and a couple other people in our department. So yeah, it focuses on academic libraries, but your resume is your resume.
Yeah.
But then we can also have, like you have a number of contacts in school media and public libraries, so we can see if they would be willing to review something online or possibly come in person. But it's not really, usually just reserve a classroom and go over some stuff and live stream it. So if we could get that set up, maybe the school doesn't start until like January 17th. 19th. Wow. No. Wait. Yeah, 17th. Maybe we could look at doing that on, does anyone know when the career day is? It's in March, right?
Is this gonna be more like a panel discussion, like they're gonna give pointers on how to do a resume, or is it like you're gonna bring your resume and someone will look at it?
Bring your resume and someone will look at it. Okay, so last year the career day was in April, so that shouldn't conflict with anything. And you'll have a nice resume to choose.
Are the same people also going to review off-campus students? I mean, this is less of my concern than her friends who are faculty members. I know we make a big deal about that. We provide equal opportunities for them.
Yeah, that's what they did last time. We didn't have one last year, but I went to one in undergrad and they went on, they went on Blackboard and live streamed everything, and then people submitted their resumes online beforehand and afterwards, and they were also reviewed. So, everyone will have the same opportunity. And you'll be able to get to like ask questions instead of just looking at it. And I talked to Dr. Hirschberger and she said that either way was fine. So I think,
Just to add to the equal opportunity part, I know Jennifer Moscow, she's like amazing at integrating online students with in-person students. Like she's just amazing at it.
Yeah.
She's balances the two types of students really well in one type of classroom. So if she's involved with it in any way, we're good.
yes.
We're good with balancing.
She's definitely going to do it. Jenna Dell said that she would be interested, possibly Amy, and Dr. Gorman and Kathleen, or McCurdy said. So, yeah, we're good. And then with online, that was almost done. With online, if people are interested later on, well, not just later on, but if we can get people in the school media field and public libraries, maybe not necessarily come in if they don't, because we already have these people here. And but if we get a lot of interest in people who are in this field reviewing, then maybe we can talk to them about doing another workshop in like March or something.
Okay, specifically for school media.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way.
Yeah, 'cause I do feel like that resumes for school media in particular and public libraries are going to be different than that of academic libraries. So we're going to be looking for different things.
So you want to see how reception goes for the first one, and then we'll look at scheduling the second
Yeah.
batch.
And if we could possibly get like Dr. Akers to maybe do something as well.
Okay. She seemed, when I emailed her for the contact, she seemed very on board with it. But I don't think I asked her explicitly for assistance, but if that's what we want to do, I can ask her.
That way everyone will be already affiliated with UNCG for the in-person aspect. And we can build the online from there. Cool. Does everyone agree? Everyone cool with this? In person, yay. Awesome. Okay. So that's what I have for the resume workshop. With NCLA is ongoing, and there will be more development with that. I'll probably send you guys a huge email in December. Look forward to that. So another thing that Dr. Fauci suggested in lieu of the refugee there was maybe working with the Center for New North Carolinians. I know a few people who volunteered there, and they're very open to volunteers. So is there anything that you guys would want to do particularly with them, or would you like to focus on another group? What are your thoughts about kind of philanthropy?
There's a volunteer opportunity, they do it every year, but the Battle of the Books for Guilford County is held every year at UNCG during spring break.
Mhm.
and they are always looking for volunteers. I haven't received information just yet, but I can certainly forward that out. You don't necessarily have to be affiliated with LISSA, like you're not going as a LISSA representative, but if anyone wants to try to volunteer. Wouldn't have to be a LISSA event, you just sign up and do it.
That's awesome.
And where is this? It's at UNCG.
Yeah.
They do it in the UC usually,
Okay.
over spring break. So it's a good opportunity. It's usually, I think it's usually 3 days, but you don't have to volunteer every day. You can choose like one day to go or more than one, or what age group you want to work with.
I'm seeing a lot of them both working in reference. Like, oh, small children. Why are they shopping?
Yeah.
But cool.
Were we talking about collecting things for Center for New? Was that correct?
Setting a collection or, you know, one of my friends, she like tutors people there. That would be something you're interested in. But collections would probably be good.
Is the goal to do something as a organization?
Yeah.
So if we were gonna go the tutoring route, we would need to figure out.
Yeah, if
And
we
what
were,
capacity.
the tutoring route would be more individual, so,
Mm.
but that's something to keep in mind. But the collection would be the ideal as a group.
What would logistically, what would that look like? Like, would students just bring things for the collection, or would we be like asking other people in the community for donations, or?
I believe we talked the last time about getting a list of items that they need and then working with our public library. I just wanted to make sure that people are still on board with doing that, because I can contact them and get a list, and if we can all contact the local Greater Public Library, possibly maybe talk to Meredith about what we would need to do to collect. And we're working outside of the university because of my.
Right, I don't know how that would work. I do know that if we're working with like outside, we're gonna be contacting Greater Public Library, we're gonna need to have like very specific details, like days and times, and already have the logistics figured out, because they're not gonna wanna probably assist in planning that. They would probably say like, yes, you can collect things here, but.
Yeah.
We would need that information before we contact the libraries anyway,
Yeah.
because you'll want it.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly, yeah.
So
Is there a reason we wouldn't wanna just collect on campus?
maybe, not really. I mean.
Cause that would simplify the
Right.
Yeah.
approval process, right?
Yeah, and it could, I mean, I don't mean to, it'd be really depressing, but it could be like a really big project, like I don't know that we know, like how big
Right.
it is. I mean, if we involve like all the public libraries
Yeah.
and use
Right,
them
that
to
could-
collect from the general public, I mean, that could
That could like.
become pretty big. So, I mean, that was Fonny's suggestion, but it could be, like really big.
If we just do it on campus, I can email Meredith and see logistics for collections.
Is Meredith the one who would get the list of what they need from?
She's our liaison for campus activities and programs. Sorry. So she's the one who, if we need, tells us which ones we are facing. So if we did do it just on campus, we would need to like heavily promote it.
We could,
Because I mean, like, depending on like what items they're asking to be collected, I mean, I know that like a fraternity or sorority is not like has a, I don't know if much gets put into that, but we could put donation receptacles around social media. People still pay attention to flyers. I'm not sure our flyers still.
And where you put them.
Yeah.
So you guys want to focus doing it on campus?
It sounds logistically like that might be the easier thing to do.
Cool. I'll email, and see what kind of forms we would need in order to, possibly do this, and then, would somebody want to work with me contacting the center, or
Yeah, I can look into them and contact them.
okay, cool, thank you. And I will send, if we can hold off on it, I want to make sure that we can do it first, and then I'll let you know
Okay.
how we can move forward and what we need to do that. Is there a certain time of the year that you guys want to do this, or like?
I guess it would depend on what they need, right?
Depends on what they need. Like if
Yeah.
they need housework stuff like towards the end of the semester,
Yeah,
would be
would be
good to move
ideal.
out.
Yeah.
But
Just always thinking.
like if they need
Yeah,
canned
they're in
foods
the
or whatever.
dumpster.
Yeah, I think it just. I'll look and see if they have anything on their website that says like ongoing needs.
I found chairs, rows, stereo.
But like I know if it's like
Yeah.
an April or May thing and students are leaving, they're always apt to like even get rid of like new stuff.
Or only give those here. Really?
Somebody threw away a full like chair, like a nice one, just because they couldn't, like their parents.
They can't move it.
Yeah, they couldn't move it.
Oh, yeah.
Move out's the best time of year. Here's a human that stays in the area.
Everything. Books and things, school supplies. Like,
I was
it's like,
thinking,
hey, maybe don't throw it. Some people threw trash in those too. Though.
Yeah.
So just like
It's
throw
gotta be
it.
Actually, that's actually probably a good idea to be strategic about that. At that, I mean, if we're actually still able to do it, I mean, at that point, you know, it's gonna be pretty late in the semester, but trying to gather them so it's actually good that people can use.
Yeah. Or if we do it earlier in the spring, like if it goes well, we can try to do something. I'll just look at their website to see if they have a list.
Yeah.
Cool. Already going.
Awesome. Yay. Is there any? Okay. Are there any other like events that you guys want to do in the spring? Want to think about it? Maybe. No.
Sorry, that was for you, Chase. I said prom very quietly. Yeah.
I'm very.
LAS prom.
Oh, no.
It could be like,
Oh, no.
but I'm thinking British proms where they just play music.
But that was a joke. Unless
Sorry.
people are really interested. It would be easy to do on campus.
It would just be.
That's right. We're just gonna do it.
With lots
Cool.
of balloons.
Yay.
I mean, that is if we want to do some kind of like end of year social event.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, like,
Do we do anything for like
yeah.
graduating students or?
At the department, they have like a exception thing. One thing we were gonna forget to add to the list is the tours for incoming students. Everyone's pretty interested in doing that. They just need a set date.
So I talked to Lori in the TRC and Matt at the self-design studio. They're both really on board, especially we talked the last meeting about doing it like the week before spring semester started. That's a great time for those two places because there's going to be next to nobody in there. And Lori was also at the TRC was totally fine with hosting like a little reception in there because you just walk in the TRC and say look at all the books and then that's like the end of that tour. So but she was okay with like the TRC supplying just light refreshment like lemonade and stuff like that, and again flexible on dates, so if like SKUA or they had to be more specific, we could work with that. And Lily works in self-design studio for TRC, so we will probably be the tour guides.
Yes.
Perfect. So
Yeah, that'd be
anytime,
before
Yes.
anytime between January 9th and Friday the 13th.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it on Friday.
Yes. And I don't know if Matt told you this, Lily, but he had also indicated if like we wanted to make something in the self-design studio, like if anybody wanted to like
we could do like a workshop, like if we were doing a tour and maybe people wanted to spend like half an hour or so.
Yeah.
And we could like do a workshop on some kind of technology tool as part of the
Yeah.
tour for that. Cause it's the same thing, like you walk in and you're just like, look at all the cool things. But we could actually arrange for them to like, you know, hands-on.
Yeah, we can make it optional just so that you guys
Make
know.
it like at the end.
You guys know how many people you need to expect.
Yeah.
Like, please click this box if you want to take a workshop.
Yeah.
I feel like most people would want to do that.
Okay, so the 9th through so some date between the 9th and the 13th, depending on what the other libraries say.
Yeah. It's good on the IR board, but I need the dates, so I will.
I think like a lot of the other classes in the School of Education, like the science methods and math methods and all those classes, they come into like the self-design studio, and I think probably the KRC too, and get like an introductory session of like, these are all the things we offer here, but I think LIS students kind of get a little left out of that because we don't always
Yeah.
think about graduate students that might need to use the space, so. But I know I have used the makerspace for a lot of my projects in my practicum some
Yeah.
this fall, so it's a good resource to know about.
We had a 600 student do their ethics or their action research project utilizing a 3D model he printed. So that's for LIS students too.
Yay!
How long are we thinking for tours? Like for the whole event?
I mean, how long does it take to do? I would imagine the bulk of it would be Jackson and Skua,
Yeah.
and then walking over here. So how long do those tours normally last?
The one for Jackson lasts 10 to 15 minutes,
Okay.
depending on how much you want. And who's doing it. The one for Skua also can last 20 to 30 minutes if it's a shorter one.
Do we want to include shiftmen?
I think we should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
Because that just takes a little bit longer to walk.
yeah.
And if we have anybody with mobility issues, we might need to arrange some kind of transportation or accommodation. Which, if we're doing like a sending out a form, they would have some place to like indicate that. I think maybe like 2 hours. I don't know. Is that too long?
What if we had representatives from, like, what if we based it at like a room like in here at the School of Education, and people from each one of those departments would come in and do like a PowerPoint presentation, kind of a tour, and then with an optional walking tour at the end where people who wanted could walk across campus and actually physically see everything.
The only thing I'd be
That's
afraid
an
is
idea, but
the only thing I'd be afraid of is if like you have multiple, like if you want to go look at X and Y and Z, you might run into that. But I do like that idea again, if that like can be worked into like an orientation like setting.
yeah, that's what they usually do. I think with the LIS orientation is they have
I got
all the
gypped on my
information.
orientation.
they have all the information kind of in like one place, and then at the end, like if you want to walk across, because I mean it can be a hike, right? You have like
Yeah.
I mean it's almost a mile from like here to
Yeah.
Yeah.
the building. So
What about taking like a chariot or something? Spartan chariot.
Just
I just imagine it, but a real chariot.
Yeah.
The book chariot.
ask the chancellor if we have like
Can we get?
that is an idea. Like what if we
They have golf carts.
Yes.
right? And that week,
Yeah.
if we did it the week before campus, like it probably wouldn't be much going on. Well,
get
probably
trained.
other student orientation.
Yeah, but I would say, I think we should send out obviously a form.
Yeah.
People should reply. We'll see what the interest is, and we should have a place to indicate if, we should clearly state like there is a distance involved with walking. If you have trouble with this, please indicate here,
Yeah.
and then we can look at
Other options.
other options.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Because if everyone who wants to come says like,
Yeah.
I have no problem walking.
Then, yeah. But I would like to learn how to drive one of those awesome golf cart things. They look
Jennifer
great.
usually drives.
I mean, I see them like zooming down Spring Garden to go to the bakery. It looks like fun. It looks like fun.
And then they ran for the lunch and like HB. Uh-oh. Yay, that was fun. But yeah, good idea. So forms, and we are including the music library.
We could also gauge interest in that too on the forum.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
Do you
true.
want a walking tour? Or...
Maybe gauge interest on like
Where you
the
want to
different areas.
Yeah.
Right, like have people like, I don't know,
And then that,
'cause if there's no music librarians that are gonna be coming to it. I
It's
don't know.
also awkward, like asking if she could do a tour. And
That's
like, oh,
right.
nobody signed up.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, but even if people are not in music librarianship, it still is a library, and it is significant because it has the largest cello music
that's
collection.
true. Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's worth seeing, even if you're not a musician.
We'll
That's
drag
just me,
you.
though.
We'll drag you to the music library, and you'll appreciate it.
Cool. So should I go ahead and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I might also in like my huge email to Meredith be like, hey, can you get a thing for people with mobility issues?
Yeah. And
That
can we
way
see?
can see it.
Can we see the donut in Skewa?
That's a preservation.
Oh, is that preservation?
I'll have to ask Audrey.
Okay. I just found out about it, so I'm very intrigued.
Like 3 years old now.
Is there like a dark like a real?
Yeah, there's
it's
a
like a-
donut that was left over from like a Dunkin' donut, like a
In like the 80s, right?
yeah in the 80s
What?
from like a reception in the 80s, and it just like stayed there, and now it's in a glass case and it's good polished.
It's a great story. There's an you can
Wait a
Google it.
second.
There's a great article written about it. It was in the Guinness Book of World Records above the Pope for something. Greensboro's UNCG's donut.
And it's not moldy.
No, it's perfect.
That tells you something about what it's made of.
Or it's holy.
Kind
What
of.
is it?
But it is holy. Sorry.
Sorry, I
Cool. All right.
On that
On that note. Oh.
Would anyone like to adjourn? Because I think we're good. We're set. Well, I'll send out emails to those who need to have an email sent out to us. And then we'll get ready for January and but sleep from
hibernate.
So adjourn. We're good.
Yep.
Yay.
Yay.
Have a
Happy
holiday.
Turkey Day.